What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. So I want to get into this. I want to break down what I've seen from Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah, like I talked, was one of my favorite players in the draft. I love that the Lions took Jeff Okudah with the number 3 pick. They also had the option of moving down, trading back in the draft, which I think would have been pretty good too. I think reportedly they didn't get any offers, but, they could have really, tried harder to push a deal, I think. But nonetheless, they landed Jeff Okudah, cornerback from Ohio State. Okudah, has reportedly struggled early on in camp, but it was kind of an adjustment to going from college wide receivers to now you're guarding Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay. Golladay, one of the better receivers in the NFL, as he flashed last year, leading the league in touchdowns. But Okudah said he's just trying to soak in everything from everyone's learning stuff from Marvin Jones, Chase Daniel, their backup, former Missouri Tiger. But I see Okudah as a guy that, it looks like maybe he might not start week 1 or even week 2 now, but he's a guy that, I think will just keep getting better and better and have a chance to, at the end of the year, you say, wow, Okudah really improved a lot as a rookie. But exciting to hear they got a pick on Stafford, even though Stafford said that it was on a play that there was like an offsides, so it was kind of like a free play. Also, Stafford said he had a nice breakup on Golladay, but said Okudah, it's kind of like the thing for like a lot of guys that come in the league. It's tough early on to try to adjust to like the NFL wide receivers, but it's just gonna, once you get used to it, it'll just be getting better from there, and he can start to, read routes, start to try to read offenses more. Something like at Ohio State, he didn't play right away because they had like some tremendous corners at Ohio State ahead of him, Denzel Ward and Damon Arnett was there. He ended up starting alongside Damon Arnett, but got better and better. And then his last year at Ohio State really just took his game to a whole nother level. Urban Meyer talked about how he was a guy, like other guys at the Ohio State program talked about how he was kind of like that next guy that was going to be become an elite player for Ohio State. Okudah was his, and it was it was pretty awesome to see, when doing all the great things he did. Had a great game against Michigan, shut down really Nico Collins, had some good games against Wisconsin, really stepped up big in that Clemson game when he didn't win the Defensive Back of the Year award. Said he was hungry in that Clemson game and showed making some good open field tackles, a big hit on Travis Etienne, really shut down Justin Ross and T. Higgins, 2 NFL caliber receivers. But also can improve at tackling. He's a willing tackler, but could improve his technique. Doesn't always wrap up super well, but it made some good tackles, some good hits. It definitely is not afraid to come up and do that. But 0 penalties in 2019, which was something that really stuck out to me. So he's a clean player, and I think with his length and size, he'll be able to blanket some of the big wide receivers in the NFL. But yeah, in that Nebraska game, he just had an incredible game. I think he might have had 2 picks. I know he had 1 for sure. There was a guy that came across in the crossing route, and he just jumped it nicely for, just showed how receivers just don't get a lot of separation on him. And that was just something that was just showed that guy was going to be great. The Nebraska game is when all of college football was really buzzing about Okudah. I think a lot of guys that really follow college football closely in the NFL draft knew, but that was when his draft stock was there. That was kind of when people started really penciling him in as the number 3 pick to the Detroit Lions, and that's where the hype began, and it led to the Lions, taking the chalk and getting them a potential superstar player in Jeff Okudah with the 3rd pick. But anxious to see how his progress continues to go. I'm excited to hear more. I guess he sat out of practice with an injury recently, but so hopefully just very hopeful for good health, and he just continues to get better and better because the Lions are going to definitely need him in a secondary. They got torched last year. So thanks for tuning in to the latest clip of Big Time Football Talk. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Until next time, peace.